Okay, so go ahead and throw your name and your hour on here. These are going to get glued in. There's nothing on the back. So you can just glue them right in. This is first hour right now. Okay, when we are solving equations, the first thing that we are going to want to do, if we have more than one term with an x on it, or we have more than one term that is just a number by itself, is we are going to want to combine them. So we are going to combine the coefficients of our variables by adding. So coefficients are the numbers in front of x. When we combine those together, we just add them together. We are also going to combine our constants. Constants are numbers without variables. So just like on this one, 4 and 7 are constants. -5 and 2 are constants. It's just a number by itself. When we are combining, I put adding down for both of them, but when we are adding, we need to pay close attention to whether things are positive or negative. Because adding a negative, sometimes we think about it as subtraction. Just pay attention to whether things are positive or negative, basically. Okay, and then the last thing, combining in what we're doing today in 1.5, back with what we were doing in 1.4 on Friday. I turned around like it was still there, but it's not. If there are any parentheses, we need to distribute first. If there are any parentheses, just get your distribution done first. Okay, so today's equations, we just are kind of like Friday's equations, where we've got one step at the beginning. This time we're combining like terms instead of distributing, and then they solve out completely normally. So our first problem we've got here is 9x plus 4 minus 12x plus 7 equals -10. We are going to combine together this 9x and this -12x. This is what I mean when I say pay close attention to negatives. So we're not doing 9 plus 12, we're doing 9 plus -12, or we can think about it as 9 minus 12. Either way, combining together that 9x and that -12x, we get -3x. We are also combining together this 4 and this 7. Since it's plus 4 and plus 7, those are both positive, so we can just add them together. 4 plus 7 is 11. And that is still equal to -10. And then we just solve from here. So once we get our like terms combined, we are solving now. We're going to subtract 11 from both sides because we've got to get rid of that plus 11 when you use opposite operations. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. On the left side, I've got -3x. On the right side, -10 minus 11 is -21. And then I'm going to divide both sides by -3. And get x equals a negative divided by a negative is positive. So it's +7. Okay. Any questions on that first one? Okay, moving on to the next one then. We've got 3x minus 8x minus 5 plus 2. So once again, we're going to combine the x's together. This time they're right next to each other. And it's pretty easy to see that this is just 3 minus 8 since that 8's negative. So 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So I've got negative 5x. And then this negative 5 plus 2. Negative 5 plus 2, so I'm moving 2 closer to 0. It's going to be negative 3. And that equals 12. Okay. From here, I'm then going to start solving for x. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. On the left side, I have negative 5x. On the right side, 12 plus 3 is 15. And then we divide both sides by negative 5. And we get x equals 15 divided by negative 5, which is negative 3. Okay. Any questions on either of those so far? Okay. The last two then, we are going to be combining together what we did on Friday, which is distributing, and what we're doing today, which is combining like terms. So if you've got distributing and combining like terms that both need to happen, you're always going to want to distribute first. You're always going to want to get rid of those parentheses first. So moving down, we've got one of these ones with a fraction. If you were not here on Friday, make sure you go watch that notes video. But we spent a lot of time working on distributing fractions on Friday. Fractions are just division. So if I want to distribute out 2/3, I'm going to do 2 divided by 3 times 3. I know my calculator is like too bright here. There we go. 2/3 times 3 is, I don't know what I just did, is 2. So 2/3 times 3x is going to be 2x. And then 2/3 times 6, I would use that same method, 2 divided by 3 times 6, and I would get 4. So now I've got 2x plus 4 minus 5. That is equal to 7 still. So the minus 5 and the equal 7 stayed the same. Okay, from there, I need to combine. So this 9x, or this 2x, doesn't have anything to combine with, so it just stays 2x. This 4 and this negative 5 can combine. 4 minus 5 is negative 1, or minus 1. And that is equal to 7. Okay, from there, 2x minus 1 equals 7. We're going to add 1 to both sides. 2x equals 7 plus 1, which is 8. And then we will divide both sides by 2. Get x equals 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Any questions so far? Okay, we've got one last problem, and you guys will have the rest of class today to work on your assignment. Mondays, we never do anything too crazy because there's not extra time to do anything crazy. So we are going to distribute that 2. Because it is minus 2, we are actually distributing negative 2. So this is a negative 2 that's being distributed to the 3x and the 9. So this 15x stays the same. And then the negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. The negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. So that equals 27. So if the number that you are distributing has a negative or a minus in front of it, distribute it as a negative. Okay. Our coefficients of our variables can combine. So we've got 15x minus 6x, which is 9x. And then this negative 18 is still negative 18. It has nothing to combine with. We're still equal to 27. Finishing this one out, we are going to add 18 to both sides. I've got 9x on the left. 27 plus 18 is 45. Yeah. And then divide both sides by 9. And we'll get x equals 45 divided by 9, which is 5. All right, questions right now? Okay, pretty straightforward. Combine all the like terms, or distribute first if need be, then combine like terms, then solve for x. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording.